You will never see the light of day again.
Please, just tell me what I've done. What have I done?
Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and today we're taking a look at a Desura game. This one is The Tower. The sort of startup sequence there gave us basically all the backstory we get, in that we're locked up in a tower. Now, supposedly this game is actually randomly generated as we go through it, which is surprising because it looks a lot better than some of the other randomly generated environment games we've looked at. But basically our goal is to escape the tower.
Nah, he's had enough for today. Come on, let's go find some whores.
I wasn't sure if it had been the malt, or a simple lack of attention, but it didn't matter. The jailer's carelessness would be his misfortune, and my opportunity. Whilst my cellmates fell prey to the torment of our captors, I would slip free. The only obstacle between me and the long-forgotten sensation of sunlight on my skin was the darkness of the tower. An unnatural, ceaseless darkness that only served to further claim the minds of all who remained imprisoned here.
Alright, so now we're free. And let me just see if I can get subtitles going here. Alright, no dice. You might have noticed too on the title screen that this is
A
the
nearby torch
alpha
allowed me
version.
to assess my wounds. My wrists, raw from years of shackled mistreatment, itched as I surveyed the black, stony corridor ahead of me. The guards had left to find solace in whichever poor wench would let them. I, however, would find solace in the fact that they were no longer around to prevent my escape.
I guess we can't just take this torch out of the sconce. Traversing the darkness of the tower requires great concentration. Alright, so I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of darkness in this. We're going to be stumbling around, trying not to get lost.
I remember stepping into that first corridor as if it were only an hour ago. The damp, cold walls of that demented stone brushed against me as I felt my way through the choking darkness. A darkness that the devil himself feared.
I'm actually just trying to follow these sounds now. Presumably this is exactly what it's like to be locked in a, well, we didn't get very far. Okay, this is the cell. Presumably this is exactly what it would be like to be trapped in a cave with no light sources. Your eyes don't adjust if there's no light at all. Alright, so let's just keep wandering. Step in a puddle. Okay, dripping on the left, dripping on the right. See, I'm gonna have to actually, like, walk backwards like this so we can tell where the walls are.
This darkness is unholy.
I think I see something at the fringe of the left of my screen.
God. Light.
There we go. Alright, and then we kindle the bonfire to save our game. Forge useful items. Can we forge a torch? That would be pretty useful.
Reaching that first torch seemed like my entire body was pulled from the cold. I would rest here, if only for a little while, before venturing any further.
Alright, so back into the darkness we go. I wonder if you guys are going to be able to see more than I can with some post-processing brightness. Alright, so let's just walk backwards. Can we go left? No. Can we go right? Yes. Oh. There's actually some light here.
Food was a major concern, or rather the lack of it. The guards were always given plenty of ale and rich, hearty meals. Another, if indirect, way of torturing the starving inmates. There was a guard station up ahead. I could smell chicken, cooked potatoes, from where I was hidden in the shadows. If I was going to continue, I needed to eat food. I needed to take theirs.
Alright, so I guess this is going to be our stealth tutorial. It is nice to know that the whole game isn't just walk through dark corridors to the next torch. Use the darkness to your advantage by blowing out nearby torches to engage combat. Wait, what? Are we actually going to be able to fight these guys? Not just hide from them? I appear to have fused with this rock. Because I can't move at all. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to continue from the torch we were just at. Alright, so we're back. And turns out I don't think I was stuck in the wall. I actually just can't move until you blow out this torch. Also, kind of annoying that you can't access the menu unless you're at a straw pallet, which I had forgot to save it the first time, so I had to go through another 2 times to get back here. Anyhow, now that we're here, let's try this sneaky approach.
Hey, who the hell put the lights out?
Come on, come on!
Who the bloody hell's that? Oh, someone's got me!
I have no idea what's going on.
Get him off me! Stab him!
There was a knife and a small loaf of bread on the table. Before I even knew what had happened, I'd stabbed one of the men in the side of the head with it. He screamed and faded into the darkness. The sword rattled in its hilt as the man I had restrained reached for his lifeline. I squeezed my arm tighter to his throat. His breathing faltered. In desperation, he began to elbow me feebly in the ribs. His strength was fading.
B?
I snapped his neck quickly.
It's so far away.
Across the table. Silence. I had killed them. Then I ate. Fruit, chicken, potatoes, bread. I didn't think about what I had done. I was surviving.
So I can't help but feel that that's sort of a shortcut for a lack of animation. You know, just make it dark and then QTE with sounds, but you know, it kind of fits with what they're going with the darkness. What is this thing I'm looking at? It looks like a torch or something? I don't know. Let's just keep wandering. Okay, there's something over this way. I think. I feel like one of the key problems with this is one thing you wouldn't have to worry about in real life is, in real life, you'd be able to feel where the walls are, so you wouldn't just be walking constantly into a wall going, oh, I wonder if I'm going forward or not. And that's sort of a tactile thing you can't really emulate. Oh look, daylight. We've accomplished our goal, we've seen the light of day.
Looking up as I entered the cavern, I saw sunlight. My God, it was beautiful. The silver pool nearby glistened as I resisted the urge to drink from it. A death from cholera would be just as painful as a jailer's sword.
I don't really see the practical purpose of not having any torches in your prison hallways. I mean, do the guards just carry around torches all the time?
curious glowing plant shimmered next to the fool's bank. I picked it, assuming it should come in useful later.
Cat's dread. I thought it said calf's dread. I totally missed what that said, what it did. Other than we can eat it. Ah, night vision. Sort of.
Another torch lit, another chance to rest. My run-in with the guards was careless, but necessary. I couldn't always count on finding a bound of shadow. Sooner or later, I'd need a weapon.
Alright, so we still can't forge, so we'll just hit save. I kind of wasted that cast dread there. Oh look, it respawned. That's good.
I can recall resting for some time, but I'll tell you what happened next. A curious glowing plant shimmered next to the fool's bank. I picked it, assuming it should come in useful later.
Okay, so now we can traverse.
As I braced to enter even more darkness, I recalled to mind simpler, happier times.
Are we gonna get a flashback here? Into something that isn't pitch black? Well, this certainly looks like something.
The land and farm that I used to own on the outskirts of Surrey was a happier time in my life. But ironically, it's what led me to the tower in the first place.
Surrey? So we're in England and not fantasy land? Not sure why it's so blurry in this flashback. Maybe we just have a bad memory. I apologize if this makes any of you horribly motion sick. I can see how it would, if you're someone who is prone to that. Actually, I feel like turning around slower actually makes it worse. A work log. I figured it would be one of the books upstairs. It's a shirt. I really wish there was a way to turn this blur off. Maybe it's not as bad in the YouTube video. Okay, there it is. Till the soil. Gather some crops. Gather due crops for the court, so perhaps we didn't turn in enough for them and they kidnapped us? Really, we need a key to our own house from the inside. Is that the key? Ah. For a task overview, press T. Requires a hammer and wooden planks. Ah, so I guess there is more to this than just the tower. There's actually a bit of a story going on here. It's not, I Can't Escape, another game we looked at way earlier. So, we get to live the simple life when we're not murdering guards. Let's do some Harvest Moon shit here. Oh, I'm too fat to fit between there. Gather the crops. How do I do that? I did find a shovel.
Oh. What else was there to do? I think tomorrow I have to add the barrel to the cart as well. I can't quite remember.
Okay, there's the wooden planks. Can we not take them yet? Can't go over there. I will say it's nice that there's a, widely available, easy to code engine like the Unity engine, but you can definitely tell when a game's made in Unity made in Unity engine by its visuals. Because the Unity... Fuck, I can't say Unity, apparently. The Unity engine is not the prettiest of engines. It's a lot like Source Engine, really. You can really tell when someone has used it to make something. I think it's mostly just these rocks that stand out the most. Alright, so... we need to gather the crops, but I don't really understand how to do that. I'm not getting any sort of prompts, and I don't know if there's some way we can pull out our shovel. The crops are ready. They will need harvesting. The soil need to be prepared before sowing more seeds. Yeah, we even got a hand icon there as it was breezing over them, but we weren't getting it when we were actually standing there. We also need to go over to those trees, which I didn't see directly. Can we assign anywhere? Is there like a specific spot I have to look for on these crops? Come on, like, there's only 2 dimensions to these crops. They shouldn't be so hard to harvest. Maybe I actually found a game-breaking bug. I mean, this is alpha, so it's kind of to be expected that something will go wrong at some point. Yeah, it won't let me gather the crops, and it also will not let me grab one of the other tools to do a different job. I can't just grab this hammer icon. Alright, let's try doing a different task, see if that doesn't break. Let's start with this one. Found the hammer. Or, did we not find the hammer? Did we just start the job? Hey look, we actually got a... Were we supposed to come over here and pick up a shovel after we picked up the shovel? Because it didn't tell us to pick up the shovel. Alright, now where are these trees we need to cut down?
What else was there to do? I think tomorrow I have to add the barrel to the cart as well.
Pretty accurate representation of mumbling to yourself about things you need to remember. Oh. It seems we're growing sparkle trees on the premise. That's probably not supposed to do that. Alpha gameplay footage here, folks. Must be these trees behind the shed. A lot of invisible walls around here that you can't really... Well, obviously you can't really see them, but you can't really tell if there should be any there. Like, it won't let me get up close to these rocks. Well, these rocks will, but over there. Seems like maybe they're a little too forceful with their invisible walls. Okay, got the axe. kind of looks like it's made of just solid rock. I don't think that's how they make axes. Gather wood from 3 trees. Oh, okay. We just sort of bumped it with our hammer. Like right here, I can't move forward. I'm like stuck against something. These trees have like really big bounding boxes. Oh god, am I stuck behind an invisible wall? Alright, there we go. Stalk the wood. Can we not just put it there? Man, all the excitement of doing farm work. Alright, so it says gather the crops, but what it really means is go get the shovel and then gather the crops, I guess. Nope. Can't take the shovel yet, I guess that's only for tilling the soil. I don't know what the fuck we're supposed to do here. Is there like a really specific thing we have to harvest? I can't even tell what these are. I think we've been defeated here. There's a bug report to put on the list. Cannot harvest crops. Eight out of 10 would harvest again. Huh. I don't think we can do anything about this. I think we're kind of screwed here. It's really weird though, because when it does the flyover here, we get the interaction hand. I'm just gonna mash click and see if I can grab some of these. Yeah, right there. There was a very specific angle where it popped up. Also, we can't cancel out of that once we start it. So, the flyover was from, like, here. But yeah, it looks like, for whatever reason, the interaction script on this is broken. So we can't do anything here. Well, folks, I guess that'll do it for the tower for now. Might come back and look at this again once it's been in development for a while. This just came out, so... Again, it's very, very early. Not really surprising that something broke. But yeah, it's an interesting idea, kind of going between, hey, sneaking around in this pitch blackness, trying to navigate by sound, and dipping back into our idyllic life. Did we just get an interact for the window? But yeah, it'll be neat to see where this goes, and it's completely free too. I forgot to mention that. This is not a pre-release funding or anything like that. This is just completely free on Desura. So if you're interested, check it out, and maybe you'll find a way to not break the crops like I have here. But yeah, it's pretty neat. I've been Shadefire. This was the tower, and I'll see y'all folks some other time in some other place.